There we go. My bad. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Black Friday. Happy day after Thanksgiving, and welcome to this instant reaction to the 2025 edition of the Ed Bowl from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, in the 2025 Ed Bowl, as the Ole Miss Rebels have likely clinched a playoff berth with a 38-19 victory over Mississippi State. Keep them out of bowl eligibility. Is it Lane Kiffin's last game as an Ole Miss Rebel? Or is he not leaving? Well, that's no time for another day, like, shall we say, sometime tomorrow? But let me tell you something, folks. You're going to be in for a wild ride as we go over our take on this victory. It was a fun one right there. Like, the A Bowl, more like the Ed Brawl. It was just wild. It was just amazing. It was, wow. Like, even though, like, Mississippi State got smacked off the face of the earth, it was a great game from Kamari Taylor, though. Should have been starter. I mean, I got to tell you, like, I would make Kamari Taylor my starting quarterback, but that's just me. That's just me now. I would make him my starting quarterback for Mississippi State for the future. But Trinidad Chambliss, man, he's been a baller today because he had 23 of 34 completed passes. 359 passing yards, 4 touchdown passes. Keywan Lacey, a baller as well, 27 carries, 143 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. That's huge right there. I mean, it's huge. I mean, you had Deuce Alexander, Dijon Stribling, Harrison Wallace III, just bringing magic for the Rebels. Just all of it, just bringing that magic. And, just like looking back at how it all happened, like Lacey scoring that first touchdown, that's how you knew things were going to get rolling. But then you see Taylor just running for a 22-yarder in the first quarter. Like, that was huge right there. But the brawl, oh my God. Like, Lane Kiffin was just outraged. I mean, some say the Ole Miss Rebels were starting it. Some say the Mississippi State Bulldogs were starting it. But in your mind, ladies and gentlemen, who started that brawl? That's for you to decide in the chat. And for those watching, in reruns and, I guess syndication, that's what the comment section is for. That's why you like, comment, subscribe to it, ladies and gentlemen. But I just got to tell you, you're in for a win. I mean, this is a huge win for the Rebels because, like, now they're back in. They're basically in the playoffs at this point. It's a huge win right there. Like, what an amazing finish. Like, humongous win. It's a huge win for the Rebels. I mean, they needed it. They needed it in order to basically ensure that they were getting into playoffs. Now, even though Mississippi State was trailing by double digits in the fourth quarter, I got to hand it to Taylor, though. Like, man, guy was making a bunch of men miss just for 35 yards. That's huge. I mean, you cannot tell me that you didn't like that. I mean, I love it. I thought that was huge right there. But the only problem with Mississippi State not being in a bowl game is, like, you can't really make the 6-7, Joe. But that's cool. I'm taking it back. But yeah, like, Chambliss was player of the game on offense. I mean, he's my guy for player of the game on offense. But looking at defense for the Rebels, I would go ahead and put Capina as my player of the game for defense. And, just have it share with Prince Will as well. Because, like, they were tremendous today. They had a great game. And, there was no penalty. Well, okay. Yeah, okay, 5 penalties. But still, though. Didn't really cost them anything. But still, though. Just huge. And, I want to take a look at the SEC title clinching scenarios because you got to remember they're still at play for their first ever SEC title game. If they need some things to happen tonight and tomorrow night in order to get into the SEC title game. That's what the Rebels need, right? And here's what they need. They need Alabama to lose in the Iron Bowl tomorrow night. And they need the Texas Longhorns to win over Texas A&M tonight on ABC. This is what they need to happen. Because if it doesn't happen, then Ole Miss doesn't get into the SEC title game. But that's okay. Because they're in the playoffs either way. They didn't necessarily need to hope for Bama to lose and hope they get in the playoffs. I mean, they basically ensure that they are in the playoffs either way with the win over Mississippi State. Now, if they had lost to Mississippi State today, they would be like a 10 seed or something like that. But that Georgia loss several weeks back prevents them from going to the SEC title game unless some magic happens for the Rebels. And once again, that magic is Alabama losing and Texas A&M losing. And you will see these scenarios. You will continue to see these scenarios, especially when we do our Texas A&M Texas instant reaction on SEC at the Voice of College Football. You will see these scenarios again and again and again. Now, you're going to see us bring up the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, Georgia Tech does not have an impact on the SEC title race for the Georgia Bulldogs, of course, because non-con game, right? But Georgia does need Alabama to lose or Texas A&M to lose. And those that know me personally know, I always say, don't ever put yourself in a position where you need somebody to lose for you. That's what I always tell people. Don't put yourself in that kind of a position. When you do, it ends badly for you. Very badly. And honestly, it's a cluster. Well, all these teams are getting in the playoffs either way. That you can count on. All four of these teams are getting in, especially a certain somebody that beat the Crimson Tide 2 weeks ago and is playing LSU tomorrow on ABC. The Oklahoma Sooners. They're for sure getting in. But that's the thing I was thinking about, though, is what does Ole Miss need to do in order to make a big run for the playoffs? Like, what do they need to do exactly? And I know for one thing, they don't need to be worrying about where Lane Kiffin's going or not. You want to know what I really think? I think he's going to try to pull a Leonardo DiCaprio from Wolf of Wall Street. In a way, because it would appeal to him in some way, shape, or form. He'll just kind of pull that microphone and go, I'm not leaving, and everybody's cheering. Or he could go to LSU tomorrow. But you can count on one thing. Next year's edition of the Magnolia Bowl is going to be wild, wild, wild. It's going to be wild. It will be. And when he was like after the game, when he got the interview for the post game for a few seconds, he was asked about whether he made up his mind on what he's doing next year. He said he hasn't. He's got a lot of praying to do to figure that out tomorrow. But yeah. And some people are just hoping he leaves Ole Miss. Some people are hoping that he stays at Ole Miss. But I can tell you, I know LSU wants him. But we know one team that's not getting him. The Florida Gators. I know this somehow turned into a discussion of where Lane Kiffin's going or not, but you knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. But it was a wild victory. It was a huge. I mean, the fight right there. I mean, that was the best part of the game right there. I mean, you have to admit, like benches clearing. Like, I forget what that song is called, but Mortal Kombat. That's what it's called. I heard that Mortal Kombat song when I was seeing the brawl. When all of us were watching the brawl, that's what it felt like seeing. Mortal Kombat. That's what it felt like. And you see, like Mississippi State, and a Mississippi State fan allegedly breaking into the Ole Miss locker room, stealing Trinidad Chambliss' jersey. Like, good grief! I mean, like, even though Mississippi State is not going to a bowl game this year, and today just basically ensures it, next year should be better. Because as long as they got Kamario Taylor, the Mississippi State Bulldogs are good. They're going to be good to go. They're going to be rolling. I mean, was today Lane Kiffin's last game in Oxford? What? Well, his last game as the Ole Miss head coach. That's where you come in, chat. You decide. I don't know. I think we're going to wait and see. But it was just a humongous victory for the Rebels. Because they were Panther quick and leather tough against the Mississippi State Bulldogs. I mean, they were just ready to rock and roll. And, you know, it's their first time in the playoffs in school history. And if the Ole Miss Rebels were to win a natty, it'll be the first time since 1962. If they were to play in the SEC title game, of course, it would be the first time in school history that they attend the SEC title game. And if they were to win the SEC, it would be the first time since 1963. That's what it would be, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, like Stribling, humongous. Like just making tremendous plays for the Rebels today. Taylor, Kamario Taylor, amazing for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. He is the future in Starkville. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but if I'm somebody needing a quarterback in the portal, I'm going to see if I can shoot for Taylor, see if I can convince him to leave Starkville. But if I'm Taylor, I'm staying in Starkville. I want to see if I can be the next Dak Prescott, be a part of that quarterback Mount Rushmore in Starkville. That's just me now. If I'm Taylor, I would go for it. I would just keep doing what I'm doing, see if I can bring that magic for the Bulldogs. I would just keep it going. Keep it going. You know, because you know how the story works on rivalry week. The best team, no matter what the records are, everybody brings their A game. You saw Mississippi State pull out their best game for a moment. But the Ole Miss Rebels got them right where they wanted. They brought out the hotty toddy, gosh almighty. And for what's going to happen with Lane Kiffin tomorrow, we're going to find out and see. Is he staying in Oxford or is he going to be going to LSU? But one thing is for sure, we know we're going to get the report from Pete Thamel from ESPN. We're going to hear it from Chris Lowe at On3. We're going to hear it all from the nation. We're going to hear it all. Somebody's going to be happy and somebody's going to be sad. Somebody is going to be angry. Somebody is going to be feeling all kinds of feelings. Anybody but happy. But the Mississippi State Bulldogs, they've got a lot of work to do. This season has been a lot of missed opportunities for the Bulldogs, whether if it was against the Tennessee Volunteers, the Florida Gators, all of it, like the Tennessee Volunteers, Florida Gators, the Texas Longhorns, getting chewed up like a chicken nugget by Missouri, by the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, everybody's going to get chewed up like a chicken nugget by Kirby Smart, the Georgia Bulldogs, so no worries. You get chewed up by A&M. But that Hail Mary on 4th down against Arizona State brought a lot of hope for the Bulldogs. The question throughout the offseason for Mississippi State in 2026 is, can Jeff Lebby make that 3rd-year jump? Can he make that jump? That's going to be the question right there. Because next season, now we don't know when the 2026 schedule is announced. We know who's playing who, but we don't know when. We're going to get an announcement sometime in December. That you can count on. December's coming soon, folks. But it's going to be a tough stretch because the Bulldogs will be having LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma. You know they're going to have Ole Miss. They're going to have Texas. They're going to have it all. And a South Carolina team that isn't going to be hyped up. And friends, it's going to be a wild one. I want to see what Kamario Taylor is going to bring next year for the Bulldogs. I want to see what Kamario Taylor and friends are going to bring. But what was your takeaways from the Ole Miss Mississippi State matchup in this 2025 edition of the A Bowl? Comment right here on SEC at The Voice College Football. Tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Publix about the magic that Josh Baller, Tucker Harlan, Andrew Miller, and myself are bringing all right here on SEC at The Voice College Football. We'll be seeing you for the next instant reaction. And we're going to sign this show off with a message from the doppelganger of Mark Rogers. But we just want to let you know, like, comment, subscribe to SEC at The Voice College Football so you never miss no video whatsoever. We are just making magic all over the place. We've got it all. We've got it all. Let's go ahead and show you. So we've got it. We've got it. So we're going to party it up, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. We're 30 subs away from that magic number 1,300. Let's get there. We definitely need all the help we can get to gain the 1,300 subs. Then we're going to get the 1,500 subs, then the 2,000 subs. Love to get there before Christmas. And if you love top-notch content on the SEC conference, just SEC as a whole, check us out all right here on SEC at The Voice College Football. We will see you after Georgia Tech. We will be seeing you after Texas A&M. We'll be making a video on our takes on Lane Kiffin, on where he's going or staying. Do you like it? Do you not like it? That's for you to come in. Because I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a fun ride. Take care, everybody. And we'll be seeing you soon. Stay safe. Stay warm. It's cold out. Like, comment, subscribe. Click on the notification bell so you never miss another video whatsoever. We'll be seeing y'all soon. Take care.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.